The first Saturday of every month, I sit at our kitchen table with a stack of bills and my laptop, going through our finances line by line. It's a habit I developed early in our marriage. Vanessa always said I was the organized one, better with numbers and details. She handled the creative stuff. I handled the spreadsheets. It worked for us. Or at least, I thought it did. That Saturday morning in January started like any other. Vanessa had left for her yoga class at 9:30, her usual routine. She'd be gone until 11:30, giving me plenty of time to review our statements without her hovering over my shoulder, asking if we could afford this or that. Not that money was tight. Between my teaching salary and her marketing job, we were comfortable. The two-story house in the suburbs, joint savings account slowly growing, retirement funds on track. Everything looked stable on paper. I opened my laptop and pulled out the stack of mail from the past week. Electric bill, water bill, credit card statements, and the AT&T bill for our cell phones. I always check the phone bill carefully. I'd caught errors before, overcharges for services we didn't use. It had saved us money more than once. The bill was thicker than usual. I tore open the envelope and unfolded the statement. December 2021 billing cycle. Total, $247.83, higher than normal, but not by much. I opened the detailed breakdown and scanned the line items. Line 1. My number ending in 3891, $45 for unlimited plan. Line 2. Vanessa's number ending in 7264, $40 for unlimited plan. Line 3. Number ending in 5527, $80 for premium unlimited with international calling. I stared at that third line for a full 30 seconds before the oddity registered. 3 lines. We only had 2 phones. I looked at my phone sitting next to my laptop. Sure enough, the number ended in 3891. Vanessa's phone was charging on the kitchen counter across from me, and I could see the lock screen displaying her number ending in 7264. So what was this third line? Maybe it was a mistake. Billing errors happened all the time. But something nagged at me as I pulled up our online account to check previous statements. November showed the same 3 lines. So did October. And September. I kept scrolling back through the saved PDF statements in my email. August, July, June, all showing 3 lines. My stomach started to feel strange as I realized this wasn't a recent error. I found the statement from February 2020, and there it was, the first appearance of that third line. 23 months. Nearly 2 years of paying for a phone line I'd never heard of. At $80 a month, that was $140 we'd spent on this mystery line. There was no way this was a billing error that had gone unnoticed for 2 years. Someone would have caught it. I would have caught it. Unless I looked more closely at the line item details. There it was, in small print. Line added by account holder V. Brennan, CO128-2020. Vanessa had added this line. On purpose. 2 years ago. My hands were shaking as I reached for my phone and dialed AT&T customer service. The automated system walked me through the usual menu. Press 2 for billing, press 3 for account changes. I was put on hold for 7 minutes, listening to generic music while my mind raced. Good morning, this is Deshaun with AT&T customer service. How can I help you today? Hi, I'm calling about a line on my account that I don't recognize. The number ending in 5527. I'll be happy to help you with that. Can I get your account number and the last 4 digits of the Social Security number on file? I rattled off the information, my voice steady despite the growing dread in my chest. Perfect. I see you're the account owner, Mr. Brennan. You have full administrative rights to all lines on the account. What's your question about that line? When was it added and why? I heard keyboard clicking on his end. Okay. I see that line was added January 28th, 2020 by Vanessa Brennan. She's listed as an authorized user on your account. The reason listed in our system is work phone. Work phone. Vanessa worked for a mid-sized tech company doing B2B marketing. They'd never required her to have a separate work line in the 9 years we'd been married. Did she provide any other details when she added it? I asked. Let me check the notes. She called requesting a new line, said she needed a separate number for business contacts. She specifically requested the premium plan for international calling capability. International calling. Vanessa's company had no international clients. I knew because she complained regularly about how boring the domestic market was. Is that line still active? I managed to ask. Yes, sir. Active and being billed monthly. Last payment was processed December 28th. Can you tell me how much that line is being used? Sure, let me pull up the usage data for December. It shows 1,847 text messages sent, 3,200 received, and 47 hours of talk time. I did the math in my head. That was over 60 texts sent per day, more than 100 received, and an hour and a half of phone calls daily. Vanessa and I might text each other 10 times total on a busy day. Is there a physical phone associated with that number? Yes, there's an IME number registered showing an iPhone 11 Pro, activated the same day the line was added. An iPhone 11 Pro. That was a $1,000 phone in 2020. I'd never seen Vanessa with a second phone, and I certainly hadn't authorized buying one. As the account owner, can you send me detailed usage reports? Call logs, text volumes, that kind of thing? Absolutely. I can email you a summary now, and you can download detailed logs through our online portal. You'll see timestamps, durations, numbers contacted. Everything except the actual content of messages, that's private. Please send those reports. And thank you, Deshawn. You've been very helpful. You're welcome, Mr. Brennan. Have a good day. I hung up and stared at my phone. My hands were trembling, and I could feel my heart pounding. Vanessa had a secret phone line she'd been paying for with our money for 2 years. A phone she used constantly, more than she used her regular phone, more than she talked to me. I opened my laptop and logged into our AT&T account. The portal loaded, showing all 3 lines with usage bars. I clicked on the details for line 3 and waited for the report to generate. The data was overwhelming. December 2021 alone showed 1,847 text messages sent, 3,200 text messages received, 47 hours of voice calls, 2.3 GB of data usage, mostly from messaging apps. The pattern was consistent every single day. Heavy usage between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., right when Vanessa claimed to have morning meetings, and again from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. after she got home from work. I clicked the export button and downloaded a detailed call and text log for the past 90 days. The Excel file that opened contained 897 rows of timestamp and duration data. As I scrolled through it, one thing became crystal clear. 99.8% of all communication was to and from a single number. 615-555-8834. This wasn't a work phone. It was a dedicated line for talking to one specific person. I opened a new browser tab and searched for the number. Nothing came up in a general Google search, but a reverse lookup service gave me a name. Jonathan Vickers, age 34, Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville. The same city where we lived. Vanessa could see this person anytime she wanted. All those nights she'd been coming home late, claiming she was stressed about work projects, suddenly they made sense in a completely different way. I searched Instagram for Jonathan Vickers Nashville and found a profile, John Vickers Nash. The profile picture showed a very fit, handsome man in his mid-30s, personal trainer and gym owner, according to his bio. The photos were exactly what you'd expect. Gym selfies, client transformations, motivational quotes about fitness and nutrition. There was nothing obviously connecting him to Vanessa in his public posts, but one photo from September 2020 caught my attention. Great marketing strategy session today, with muscle and chart emojis. The comments included several from women, including one that said, "Best investment I ever made," with heart eyes emojis. I stared at that post for a long time. This was him. This had to be the person Vanessa was secretly communicating with thousands of times per month. I clicked on his business profile. Vickers Elite Fitness, personal training and nutrition coaching. Professional website, expensive looking, $200 per session pricing. Was Vanessa his client? Is that how this started? But even if she was working with a personal trainer, why hide it? Why have a secret phone just for that? And why thousands of text messages? I looked at the clock on my laptop. 11:05 a.m. Vanessa would be home from yoga in 25 minutes. I closed the laptop and sat at the kitchen table, staring at nothing, trying to process what I'd discovered. The evidence was overwhelming. Secret phone line for 2 years, $1,840 spent. Thousands of texts and hours of calls, all to one person. A very attractive personal trainer in the same city. Her recent pattern of staying late at work, being distracted, claiming stress. I tried to think of innocent explanations. Maybe he was helping her plan a surprise fitness transformation for our anniversary? Maybe she was embarrassed about needing a trainer and didn't want me to know. Maybe it was completely innocent and she'd just forgotten to mention it. But none of those explanations held up. You don't hide innocent things for 2 years. You don't need thousands of texts for fitness coaching. You don't pay for international calling to talk to a local trainer. At 11:17, I heard the front door open. "I'm home," Vanessa called out in her usual cheerful voice. She walked into the kitchen looking glowing and relaxed, wearing yoga pants and a tank top, her blonde hair in a ponytail. She was carrying her yoga mat and water bottle, and she smiled when she saw me. "Morning, babe." She leaned down to kiss my cheek, the same routine as always. "How's the budget looking?" I looked up at her. Really looked at her. The woman I'd been married to for 9 years, together with for 11 total. We'd met at a teaching conference, bonded over our shared commitment to education and our similar life goals. We'd built what I thought was a solid partnership. "Interesting, actually," I said, keeping my voice calm. "Come sit down." Something in my tone made her hesitate. "What's wrong?" "Just sit down, Vanessa." She pulled out the chair across from me, the AT&T bill still spread between us on the table. Her eyes flicked to the statement, then to my face, then quickly away. That flicker told me everything. She knew. Before I even asked the question, she knew exactly what I'd found. I pointed to line 3 on the bill. "Can you explain this?" She looked at the paper for a few seconds, her expression carefully neutral. "Explain what?" "The third phone line, the one you added 2 years ago, for work." Her face went through a series of micro-expressions: fear, calculation, then forced confusion. "Oh, that. Yeah, I needed a separate number for work contacts." "You never mentioned it." She shrugged, but I could see tension in her shoulders. "Didn't I?" "I thought I did. It's just a work thing, nothing important." "It's costing us $80 a month. That's $1,840 over 2 years. That seems important." Her voice got defensive. I make enough money to cover it. Why are you making this a big deal? There it was, the deflection. Make me feel like I was overreacting instead of addressing the actual issue. I'm not making it a big deal, I said calmly. I'm asking why we have a phone line I've never heard about. It's for work, Tyler. Some clients prefer texting. I needed separation from personal. What clients? Marketing clients. You wouldn't know them. I leaned forward slightly. Your company does B2B software marketing. You don't deal with individual clients who text you. She paused, caught in the lie. I watched her mind work, trying to find a new story. Freelance stuff, she said finally. Side consulting. I've been building a portfolio. Freelance consulting? Since when? About 2 years. Just small projects, extra income. The lie was growing in real time. She was creating an entire false narrative to cover the phone line. That's great, I said. How much have you made? What? From freelance consulting. How much income? It should be on our taxes. Another pause. It's not much, just a couple hundred here and there. So you're paying $80 a month for a phone line that brings in a couple hundred? That's negative ROI. Her composure cracked. Why are you interrogating me? It's my money, my phone line. It's on our family plan, I interrupted. It's coming out of our joint checking account. I checked. She looked defeated for a moment, then tried a different approach. Fine, I should have mentioned it. I'm sorry. Can we move on? Who's Jonathan Vickers? The color drained from her face completely. She froze, staring at me with the expression of someone who'd just realized they'd been caught in something much bigger than they thought. The silence stretched for what felt like minutes, but was probably only 5 seconds. She started, then stopped. How did you called the phone company? Her tone had changed completely. Not defensive anymore, panicked. I called AT&T, I said, my voice still calm. Got the usage logs. 99% of all texts and calls are to one number. 613-555-8834. Jonathan Vickers in Nashville. How did you? 47 hours of phone calls last month alone. 1-847 texts sent to him. Who is he? She was stammering now, her usual confidence completely gone. He's a client. I told you, freelance work? I pulled out my phone and showed her Jonathan's Instagram profile. He's a personal trainer. She stared at the screen, and I watched her try to regroup. Yes, personal training. I've been working with him on fitness goals. Why didn't you tell me? You'd make fun of me. You always say gym culture is silly. I had said that once, maybe 2 years ago, about a coworker's CrossFit obsession, but using that against me now felt like manipulation. So you spent $2,000 on a secret phone line to text your trainer. It's not secret. I just didn't mention it. And yes, he's my trainer. We communicate about workouts. You sent him 60 texts yesterday, on a Friday. What workout plan requires 60 texts a day? Her answers were getting weaker. Meal planning, progress check-ins, motivation. I leaned back in my chair. Show me the phone. What? The secret phone. The iPhone 11 Pro you bought. Show it to me. The request seemed to catch her off guard. I don't have it on me. Where is it? In my gym bag, in the car. I stood up. Go get it. Tyler, this is ridiculous. If it's just a trainer, you have nothing to hide. Go get the phone. We stared at each other across the kitchen table. I could see her weighing options, trying to decide what to do. Finally, she stood up. Fine, you want to see it? I'll show you. I followed her to the garage. She opened the driver's door of her BMW and pulled out her black Nike gym bag from the passenger seat. I watched as she unzipped it and started digging through workout clothes, a water bottle, a towel, tennis shoes. "It's not here," she said, her voice confused and panicked. "Not here? I must have left it at work, my office desk." "It's Saturday. Your office is closed." "Then it's at home somewhere. Let me think." I could see what was happening. She was stalling, trying to figure out whether to show me the phone or not. She knew exactly where it was. "It's in the house," I said. "You know exactly where it is. You're deciding whether to show me." Her composure finally broke completely. Tears started forming in her eyes. "Tyler, please. Can we just talk about this inside?" "Okay," I said. "Let's go inside. And you're going to tell me the truth." Back at the kitchen table, Vanessa was crying softly. I waited, giving her a chance to start talking. "Jonathan is my trainer," she said finally. "That part is true." I nodded and waited. "I started working with him 2 years ago, but it's more than just training." My stomach dropped, but I kept my voice steady. "How much more?" "We're close, really close. We talk every day. He gets me in a way." She trailed off, probably realizing how that sounded. "In a way I don't?" "No, that's not what I meant." "Are you sleeping with him?" 3 seconds of silence. Then, "No. I swear, Tyler. It's not physical. We've never—" I stared at her. "You text him 60 times a day. You talk to him more than you talk to me. You spent $2,000 on a secret phone to talk to him. And you expect me to believe it's not physical?" "It's not. We're just friends. Very close friends. Emotional support." I knew the term for this. Emotional affair. "Emotional affairs are still affairs," I said. "It's not an affair. We haven't done anything wrong." "You lied," I said, counting on my fingers. "For 2 years. Secret phone, secret communication, hiding it from me. That's doing something wrong." "You're never home," she said, her voice rising. "You're always grading papers or doing lesson plans." I was lonely. "So instead of talking to me about being lonely, you found someone else to talk to and hid it for 2 years?" "I knew you wouldn't understand. You'd react exactly like this." My calm started to crack. "How the hell else should I react? You have a secret phone with a man I've never heard of." "See? This is why I didn't tell you. You're being controlling and jealous." There it was, turning it around, making me the problem instead of her choices. "No," I said firmly. "This is not about me being controlling. This is about you lying. Big difference." "What do you want me to do?" "Show me the phone. Let me see the messages." "Absolutely not. Those are private conversations." "With my wife. Nothing about your conversations with another man is private from me." "I'm entitled to have friends, Tyler. You can't dictate who I talk to." "You're right," I said. "You can have friends. What you can't do is lie about them, hide them, and spend our money maintaining a secret communication line without my knowledge. That's betrayal." The word hung in the air between us. "I want 3 things," I said. "Right now." She crossed her arms defensively. "First, the phone. I want to see it and read the messages. Second, complete honesty about this relationship. No more lies. Third, you end it. Today. Block him, delete the line, end contact." "You're serious?" "Completely." "I can't just end a friendship." "It's not a friendship," I interrupted. "It's an emotional affair. And yes, you can end it. Or I end this marriage." She heard the finality in my voice. "Tyler, you're being unreasonable." "Am I? You lied to me for 2 years. You maintained a secret relationship. You chose him over me every time you picked up that phone. How is ending it unreasonable? What if I just reduce contact? We can set boundaries. No, complete end, or we're done. She stared at me, realizing I meant it. Can I at least explain to him? Say goodbye properly? The question made me angry. Properly? How is there a proper way to end something you shouldn't have been doing? He's been there for me. I owe him. You owe him nothing. You owe me honesty. You owe our marriage loyalty. Start there. Vanessa sat crying silently at the table. Finally, she spoke. The phone's in my nightstand, drawer on the left. I stood up immediately and headed for the stairs. She followed me to our bedroom, watching as I opened the left drawer of her nightstand. On top were the usual items: a book, lotion, chapstick. Underneath was a small zippered pouch, like a makeup bag. I opened it and found an iPhone 11 Pro in a dark blue case. The battery was at 87%. It had been charged recently. Unlock it, I said, holding the phone toward her. Tyler, please. Unlock it now, or I walk out of this house and don't come back. She leaned toward the phone. Face ID recognized her, and the screen unlocked. The home screen was sparse, just a few apps: messages, phone, photos, Instagram. I opened messages and saw one thread that dominated everything else. John? 8427 unread messages. She hadn't deleted anything. 2 years of conversation were sitting right there. My hands were shaking as I opened the message thread and started scrolling. The most recent messages were from yesterday. Vanessa, 9:17 a.m. Morning, babe. Thinking about you. John, 9:23 a.m. Morning, beautiful. Can't wait to see you next week. Vanessa, 9:45 a.m. Counting down the days. Wish it could be sooner. John, 10:12 a.m. Me too. Last time was amazing. You're amazing. I felt physically sick reading this. I scrolled to the day before. Vanessa, 8:34 p.m. Tyler just fell asleep. Finally have you to myself? John, 8:41 p.m. I hate that you have to wait for moments like this. Vanessa, 8:47 p.m. Me too. Someday it'll be different. Someday I'll be brave enough. John, 9:03 p.m. No pressure, babe. When you're ready, I'll wait forever for you. The realization hit me like a physical blow. She was planning to leave. Eventually. I scrolled back further to December. Vanessa. He asked me today why I've been so distant. I almost told him everything. John, what stopped you? Vanessa. Fear? Guilt? The house? I don't know, but I hate lying to him. John, then stop lying. Make a choice. Be with me for real. Vanessa, I will. Soon. I promise. I just need to figure out timing. You were going to leave me, I said, my voice barely controlled. I don't know, maybe. I was confused. I kept scrolling, finding more. From August 2023, John. I love you. I need you to know that. I'm in love with you. Vanessa. I love you too. God, I love you so much. John. Leave him. Come to Nashville. We'll figure it out together. Vanessa. I want to. I'm scared. What about the house, our finances? It's complicated. John. Love shouldn't be complicated. Choose me. Choose us. My thumb hovered over the Photos tab. I knew what I'd find there, and I didn't want to see it. But I had to know the full truth. I opened the photo album. 237 images. The photos told the complete story. Gym selfies of both of them. Photos of them together at restaurants. Images that were clearly taken in hotel rooms. Jonathan shirtless, Vanessa in his arms, both of them looking at the camera with expressions I'd never seen on her face. Total adoration, passion, excitement. One photo was dated just 2 weeks ago. Them in bed together, sheets around them, her head on his chest, both looking completely content. You said nothing physical happened, I said, my voice hollow. Vanessa couldn't even try to lie anymore. The evidence was right there in my hands. "This is over," I said. "We're done." "Tyler, wait, I can explain." "There's nothing to explain. You've been having an affair for 2 years. Full affair. Physical and emotional. You lied to my face 10 minutes ago. We're done." I walked downstairs with the secret phone in my hand. Vanessa followed, pleading. "Tyler, please, let's talk about this." I ignored her and grabbed my keys and wallet from the kitchen counter. "Where are you going?" "My brother's house. I'm taking this phone. I'll be copying everything on it for the divorce." The word divorce made it real. I could see the impact on her face. "Divorce?" "Tyler, no, we can work through this." I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman standing in our kitchen crying was a stranger. I didn't know her at all. "You've been in love with someone else for 2 years. You maintained a whole secret relationship. You were planning to leave me. What exactly is there to work through?" "It was a mistake. I'll end it right now. I'll never talk to him again. Please." "You should have ended it before it started. You should have talked to me when you felt lonely. You chose this. Every single day for 2 years, you chose this." I headed for the door. She physically blocked my path. "You can't just leave." "Move, Vanessa." "No, we need to talk. We need to figure this out. I'm not discussing this while I'm this angry. Move, now." Something in my voice made her step aside. I walked out to my truck, started the engine, and backed out of the driveway. In my rearview mirror, I could see her standing on the driveway in bare feet, crying and getting smaller as I drove away. The drive to my brother Marcus's house took 18 minutes. He lived in a suburb about 20 minutes away with his wife Amy and their 2 kids. When I pulled into his driveway and he saw my face, he immediately knew something was wrong. "What happened?" "Vanessa's been having an affair. 2 years. Amy appeared at the door. "Tyler, are you okay?" For the first time since finding the phone bill, I broke down. Sitting in their living room, I told them everything. I showed them the phone, some of the messages, not the photos, but enough to prove what had been happening. "That piece of—" Marcus started, but Amy stopped him because the kids were nearby. "Tyler, I'm so sorry," Amy said. "What do you need?" "Can I stay here tonight? Maybe a few days?" "Of course, as long as you need." Marcus helped me copy all the data from the secret phone. Messages, photos, call logs. We saved everything to cloud storage, a USB drive, and emailed copies to my personal account. The evidence was undeniable, time-stamped, comprehensive. "She maintained this lie for 2 years, Amy observed. Every day. How do you even do that?" I realized I didn't know Vanessa at all. Maybe I never had. My phone started buzzing around noon. By 10 p.m., Vanessa had called 47 times and sent 89 text messages. The pattern escalated throughout the day. 12:30 p.m., "Please come home. We need to talk." 3:15 p.m., "Tyler, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I made a terrible mistake." 7:45 p.m., "You can't just abandon our marriage. 9 years means something." 9:30 p.m., "I ended it. I called John and told him we're done. I chose you. Please come home." I didn't respond to any of them. Marcus advised me not to. I was too angry, needed to think clearly. But I was curious about something. I checked the secret phone to see if Vanessa had actually ended things with Jonathan. The messages between them after I left painted a different picture. Vanessa, 1:15 p.m. "He found out. He has my phone. I'm so sorry." John, 1:22 p.m. "What do you mean he found out?" Vanessa, 1:25 p.m. "The phone bill. He saw the line. He knows everything. He left." John, 1:31 p.m. "Shit, babe, What do we do? Vanessa, 1:34 p.m. I don't know. He's so angry. I've never seen him like this. John, 1:40 p.m. Do you want me to come there? We can talk to him together? Vanessa, 1:43 p.m. No, God, no. That would make it worse. I need to fix this. John, 1:47 p.m. Fix it? What does that mean? Are you choosing him? Vanessa, 1:52 p.m. I don't know. I'm confused. I need time to think. John, 2:15 p.m. I can't believe this. After everything we've talked about, after you said you loved me. Vanessa, 2:23 p.m. I do love you, but I'm married, and he's my husband. It's complicated. John, 2:31 p.m. It's only complicated because you're making it complicated. Choose me. Leave him. We've been planning this. After that, Vanessa stopped responding. Jonathan tried a few more times. John, 6:47 p.m. Vanessa, are you okay? I'm worried about you. John, 9:14 p.m. I get it. You're choosing him. After 2 years. I guess I was just a fun secret. Thanks for wasting my time. Reading those messages, I realized something that made me even angrier. Neither of them, not Vanessa, not Jonathan, had asked how I was doing. I was the person they'd both betrayed, but I was just a problem to be managed. Sunday morning, I woke up on Marcus's couch after maybe 3 hours of sleep. But my mind was clear. The anger had burned through the night and left something colder behind. Resolve. What are you going to do? Marcus asked over coffee while the kids watched cartoons. File for divorce. Tomorrow. I've already looked up attorneys online. Amy looked concerned. Are you sure? Don't you want to at least try counseling? For what? She's been having a full affair for 2 years. She was planning to leave me anyway. What's there to save? Marcus nodded. I'm with you. What she did is unforgivable. We talked through the practical questions. The house was in both our names, bought 6 years ago. We had about $47,000 in joint savings. Our retirement accounts were separate. No kids, so no custody issues. At least that part would be simpler. I sent Vanessa my first text message in over 24 hours. Don't call me. I'll contact you through an attorney. I'm filing for divorce. She called immediately. I rejected it. Her text came back. Tyler, please. Don't do this. We can fix this. I'll do anything. I replied. You can start by finding somewhere else to stay. I'm coming by Tuesday to get my things while you're at work. This is my house too. You can't kick me out. I'm not kicking you out. I'm leaving. You can have the house. I just need my personal items. I don't want the house without you. I want us. That doesn't exist anymore. You destroyed it. Stop contacting me. I blocked her number. Monday morning, I took a personal day from school and had a 9 a.m. appointment with Rebecca Walsh, a family law attorney with 18 years of experience in infidelity cases. Her office was professional, downtown Nashville, walls lined with law books. I brought my laptop with all the evidence, the AT&T bill, call logs, screenshots of messages, photos. This is one of the clearest cases I've seen, Rebecca said after reviewing everything. You have everything documented. Tennessee was a fault-based divorce state, and adultery was grounds for divorce. The evidence I had would affect alimony, Vanessa wouldn't get any, and potentially property division in my favor. Uncontested, this could be final in 60 days if she cooperates, Rebecca explained. With this evidence, any attorney will advise her to settle. The retainer was $3,500, with total costs estimated at $10,000. Rebecca would draft papers that day and serve Vanessa by Friday. Don't contact her except through me, she advised. And don't move out of the house yet. That can look like abandonment. I explained that I was staying at my brother's because I couldn't be in the house with her. Understandable but legally risky. The house is marital property. If you leave voluntarily, it complicates things. We compromised. I would go back, stay in the guest room, maintain minimal contact, and document everything she said and did. I signed the retainer agreement and authorized the filing. Having a professional handle this made me feel like I wasn't alone anymore. Monday afternoon, I returned to the house. Vanessa's car wasn't there. She was still at work. Walking into the house felt strange, like everything was familiar but wrong at the same time. She had left notes around the house. Kitchen table. Tyler, please talk to me. I love you. Bedroom door. I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to fix this. Bathroom mirror. Don't give up on us. I collected all the notes and threw them away. Then I moved my clothes and toiletries from the master bedroom to the guest room, essentially setting up my own space. I put a lock on the guest room door. At 5:34 p.m., I heard the garage door. Vanessa was home. Tyler, you're here. She rushed into the house calling my name. I'm here, I called from the guest room without opening the door. Don't try to talk to me. She knocked on the guest room door. Please, just 5 minutes. No, my attorney advised no contact. Everything goes through her now. I could hear her crying through the door. How did we get here? How did this happen? You made it happen, I thought. Every day for 2 years. She slid a piece of paper under the door. I wrote you a letter. Please read it. I left the letter on the floor. Tuesday morning, curiosity got the better of me, and I read her letter. Tyler, I know you don't want to hear from me, but I need to try. I need you to understand that I never meant for any of this to happen. It started so innocently, just a trainer helping me get in shape. Then we became friends. Then it became more. I was lonely. You were always working, always grading papers, always planning lessons. I felt invisible in my own marriage. Jonathan made me feel seen. He made me feel special. He paid attention to me in ways you stopped doing years ago. I know that doesn't excuse what I did. I know I should have talked to you. I should have said I was unhappy instead of looking outside our marriage. But I was scared. Scared you'd be angry. Scared you wouldn't care. Scared I'd lose you. So I kept it secret. And the longer it went on, the harder it became to stop. It felt like I was living two lives. The responsible wife at home and the passionate woman with Jonathan. I loved both versions of myself. I loved both of you. But I choose you. I'm choosing you now. I ended it with Jonathan. I deleted his number. I'll cancel the phone line. I'll do anything to prove I'm committed to us. Please don't throw away 9 years over one mistake. Please give me a chance to earn your trust back. We can go to counseling. We can start over. We can be better than we were. I love you. I've always loved you. Even when I was with him, part of me always belonged to you. Please don't give up on us. Vanessa. I crumpled the letter and threw it in the trash. Every line made me angrier. One mistake. It was 2 years of daily choices to betray me. You were always working, blaming me for her affair. I choose you, only after getting caught. Don't throw away 9 years. I wasn't throwing anything away. She had already destroyed it. Friday evening at 5:47 p.m., a process server arrived at the house. Vanessa answered the door, probably still hoping I'd change my mind. Vanessa Brennan, you've been served. I heard her gasp from the guest room as she took the papers. The divorce petition cited adultery as grounds and included a summary of the phone records and message excerpts as evidence. She collapsed on the floor in the entryway, sobbing. Then she started pounding on the guest room door. You actually did it. You're really divorcing me. Yes, I said through the door. Tyler, please. We can still stop this. We can withdraw the filing. No, it's done. You have 30 days to respond through your attorney. Her mood shifted suddenly from desperation to rage. You're being ridiculous. People make mistakes. Relationships survive infidelity. Not 2-year planned affairs. Not living double lives. Not lying to my face while texting your lover. You're so perfect, aren't you? Never made a mistake in your life? I've made mistakes. I've never betrayed you. Big difference. She went from sobbing to screaming. Fine, I'll fight this. I'll take half of everything. The house is half mine. You're going to regret this. Take it, I said calmly. I don't care about the house, I care about my integrity. You're going to miss me. You're going to realize what you lost. I already know what I lost, I thought. My trust. And that's on you. The following Monday, Vanessa met with divorce attorney Glenn Morrison. After reviewing my filing and the evidence, he was blunt with her. Mrs. Brennan, I'll be honest. Tennessee considers adultery an equitable distribution. This evidence weakens your position significantly. Tennessee used equitable distribution, not automatic 50-50 splits. Tyler's comprehensive evidence would likely mean she'd get her fair share of marital assets, but probably not more than 50%, possibly less. The house was bought 6 years ago for $340,000, now worth about $420,000. After the mortgage, there was roughly $140,000 in equity. She'd likely get $60,000–$70,000. Savings would probably be split evenly. No alimony was likely given the circumstances. That's it? After 9 years? She asked. Tennessee courts try to be fair, but documented infidelity doesn't help your case, Glenn explained. He recommended accepting fair terms. 50-50 split. No support either way. Quick, clean divorce after the 60-day waiting period. Can I claim he abandoned me? He filed first. He's checking on the house, and you committed adultery. No judge will side with that argument. She had no leverage, no defense, no options. Meanwhile, Jonathan was dealing with his own realization. After Vanessa went silent following the discovery, he finally understood that their 2 years together meant nothing to her when it came to choosing between him and her marriage. His angry texts showed his hurt. You used me. You wasted 2 years of my life. You said you were leaving him. I turned down other relationships for you. You're a coward. When Vanessa finally responded a week later with, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. My marriage is ending because of us. I have to focus on that. Jonathan's reply was brutal. Your marriage is ending because you cheated. Don't blame us. There is no us. There never was. I was just your side piece. He blocked her on everything and went back to dating, more carefully this time. In April, our attorneys negotiated the settlement. Rebecca's offer was straightforward. Sell the house, split equity 50-50, split savings 50-50. Each keeps own retirement accounts. No alimony either direction. Vanessa returns my grandfather's ring. Each pays own attorney fees. Glenn countered that Vanessa wanted to keep the house and buy out my half. Plus, she wanted $30,000 from savings instead of $2,500. Your client committed adultery, Rebecca responded. She's lucky to get 50-50. The offer stands. Against her attorney's advice, Vanessa called me directly. Can't we just talk? Person to person? What's there to talk about? I want to keep the house. It's my home. Can I buy you out? I did the math. You make $78,000. The mortgage is $2,000 a month plus HOA, insurance, taxes. That's tight. I'll figure it out. Fine. Buy me out for $70,000. You assume all mortgage, all maintenance, everything. Thank you. Really, thank you. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it to be done faster. I want this over. The final settlement was signed in late April. Vanessa keeps house, pays me $70,000 for my equity. Savings split $2,300 each. Each keeps own car and retirement accounts. No alimony. I get my family heirloom ring back. Secret phone line canceled. Both waive right to appeal. Each pays own attorney fees. The 60-day waiting period from the March 14th filing meant our final hearing was scheduled for May 16th. Those 2 months of living in the same house were tense. Vanessa made several attempts to talk. She cooked my favorite meal. I ordered takeout. She suggested we watch a movie together. I stayed in the guest room. She asked if we could at least be friends. I said no. My resolve never wavered. I never questioned my decision. May 16, 2025, Mecklenburg County Courthouse. Small courtroom, judge presiding, both attorneys present. Vanessa and I hadn't looked at each other in weeks. Both parties agree to dissolution? The judge asked. Yes, Your Honor, we both answered. The judge reviewed the adultery evidence, nodded. Grounds established. After reviewing the settlement terms, marriage of Tyler James Brennan and Vanessa Marie Brennan is hereby dissolved. Terms of settlement are incorporated into final decree. The gavel came down. Divorce granted. 11 minutes to end a 9-year marriage. Outside the courthouse, Rebecca said, "You handled this with dignity. I'm proud of you." I felt empty, not victorious. Just done. Vanessa left through a different door, got in her BMW, and drove away. We didn't speak or acknowledge each other. March 18th was moving day. I rented a U-Haul and took my clothes, books, my grandfather's tools, the good coffee maker, photos of my family, not our wedding photos, my desk, and kitchen items I'd brought into the marriage. I left most of the furniture she'd bought, the wedding china I had no use for, all photos of us together, and the life we'd built. Vanessa arranged to be gone. She couldn't watch me leave. I did a final walk through the empty-ish house. I didn't feel sad. I felt relieved. I left the keys on the kitchen counter with a note. House goes on market Monday per agreement. My new one-bedroom apartment in downtown Nashville was a fresh start. 3 months later, in June 2025, I was settling into my new life. Teaching summer school, going to the gym 3 times a week, having weekly dinners with Marcus and Amy, reading books I'd never had time for, hiking on weekends. My apartment was decorated minimally, exactly how I liked it. I wasn't ready to date yet, but friends commented that I seemed lighter, that I smiled more. Through mutual friends, I heard Vanessa was struggling with the mortgage, looking for a roommate, and already dating someone new. I felt indifferent. Her life wasn't my concern anymore. The secret phone was locked in a safe deposit box as evidence. She'd paid $1,840 for a phone line that destroyed her marriage. If she'd just communicated her loneliness instead of choosing deception, we might have fixed things. 6 months later, in November 2025, at Marcus and Amy's Thanksgiving dinner, Amy asked gently, "How are you really doing?" "Better than I thought I'd be. Some days are hard, but most are good." Marcus observed, "You're different, stronger." I had to be. This either broke me or made me. I chose made me. During their gratitude round, I said, "I'm grateful for truth, for evidence, for knowing I wasn't crazy, for family who supported me." I was actually grateful for that phone bill. It revealed everything. A woman at work had asked me out. We had a coffee date scheduled, low pressure, taking it slow. Trust would be earned, not given. 1 year later, in March 2024, I acknowledged the anniversary of discovering the secret phone line, sat with it, and let it pass. My life was completely different. I was teaching full-time with a department chair position offered. I'd been dating Sarah, the coworker, for 3 months at a healthy pace. I had a new friend group less connected to Vanessa's circle. I'd bought a small condo and rebuilt my savings. "Do you ever regret the divorce?" Sarah asked. "I regret the wasted years. I don't regret ending it." She understood. She was divorced too. Out of curiosity, I checked Vanessa's Facebook after unblocking her. She was living with a roommate in a new relationship, posting about second chances and new beginnings. No mention of Jonathan or me. I felt nothing. She was a stranger now. The lesson was clear. Trust your gut, verify information, don't ignore red flags. I'd learned about boundaries, self-worth, standing up for myself. 2 years later, in January 2024, I was living with Sarah. Our relationship was strong and healthy, built on complete honesty and open communication. No games, no secrets, total transparency. I'd recently advised a colleague going through a similar situation. Trust your instincts. Evidence over emotion. You deserve honesty. Don't accept gaslighting. Check the phone bill. I still kept that original AT&T statement as a reminder of how one document changed everything. Vanessa had recently married someone new. I hoped she was different with him, that she'd learned. The closure hadn't come from her apologies. It came from walking away with dignity. That evening, Sarah and I were cooking dinner, easy laughter filling the comfortable silence. "What are you thinking about?" she asked. "How one phone bill saved my life." She knew the whole story and appreciated my honesty about my past. I felt real peace. Earned peace. Built on truth. That secret phone line cost Vanessa everything and saved me from wasting more years. I was grateful I found it. Sometimes pain leads you exactly where you need to be. The hidden line that was meant to hide her double life instead revealed it completely. In trying to keep her secret, she'd created the very evidence that exposed her. The $1840 she spent on deception became the price of my freedom. I'd learned that trust isn't just about believing someone, it's about having evidence that belief is justified. Phone bills don't lie. Bank statements don't manipulate. Digital records don't gaslight. Most importantly, I'd learned that my peace of mind was worth more than trying to save a marriage built on lies. Some things, once broken, can't be fixed. And sometimes that's exactly how it should be.